As a guest, I don't change for the press. I just say it with my chest. Too much, say less. My mind's at rest, and because of Jesus, I have been blessed. Again for joining us on this evening. We are here with yet another round of Young and Purpose Driven. I am Jocelyn Walker.
I'm Kale Meyer.
I'm Katia, right?
And we are here to bring you some more tidbits and nuggets on how to be a successful entrepreneur and young, even if you're not young, just being an entrepreneur in general. Today, we're going to discuss a little bit about marketing, networking, and branding. So stay tuned with us and hope you enjoy. So, guys, what do you feel are like the key things when it comes to networking? I know that's probably like a major thing when it comes to being your own boss. So what do you guys think are the best things when it comes to that, or the benefits of that?
Let me go.
You go ahead.
So some of the key things I think for networking is looking to expand, and looking to grow, not only for you but also for the person you looking to connect with.
Yeah.
So networking is just like so big, because you get to meet new people.
Yeah.
Not only you get revived, they get revived too.
Right.
But networking is just, I think, is super important, especially for small businesses.
Definitely.
Looking to connect with different people in your field and outside your field, because you never know what kind of work you're gonna need, or referrals or whatever. So networking is huge.
For sure.
Yes. It's a people like to see you. People like to be able to almost touch you in a sense.
Most definitely.
So it's just good to be able to actually be in the presence of people. Like you said, you never know who will be a great opportunity to meet. It's not always got to be in your field.
Yes.
Yeah.
As a DJ, it's like I need to meet with the party promoters.
Right.
Even just the people in the crowd, you never know who just want you to come for a party. So
Right.
it's good to always keep a smile on your face.
Always.
Be easy to approach, or don't be scared to approach people. That's something I've had to learn. Just say hey, or even if whether you recognize them or not.
Yeah.
But it's very important. I've gotten a lot of gigs off of just hanging out with folks, honestly. So yes.
Agreed.
Definitely. I went to a hair expo this past last week Monday, and it was a great networking opportunity. They had a lot of different classes and a lot of different stylists and people who weren't even stylists or doing hair at that time. They were still teaching us ways to make money from not behind the chair. So it was very informative, and I got to meet a lot of different people, especially just fresh out of college school. Like, it was very, very intriguing. I felt like a kid at the candy store, honestly.
Yeah.
I learned so many different things, and it felt really good just to be around other people who had my same vision or passion. So networking is definitely a big thing. I got to meet a great stylist. He ended up getting my contact information because he wanted me to do something for him. So it's like, okay, I'm learning from you, but you want to get something from me. I feel really good. So networking is really, really important. Like, you just gotta be, like they said, a reachable person.
Yeah.
Be an approachable person.
Yeah, for sure.
And it's okay if you're a recluse, because sometimes I can be, but
Yeah.
don't be scared to talk to people. Like, you never know, like, what you can learn from somebody else or what someone can learn from you. So what is something, y'all, because even though I went to that great event, sis didn't have no business card. So it was like, okay, I'm here to network, but what am I doing?
You
I don't have
have
no material.
Because now I don't know, because I feel like now it's like pull your Instagram out. That's almost your business card.
Yeah.
I like to have something physical, because for my older customers, they like to have a card. Honestly,
for sure.
So yeah, so far I feel like it's Instagram and having a physical. Once again, having that physical thing.
Yeah.
Now I see a lot of QR codes.
Yeah, for sure.
So if you're able to get that or do that, that's something I look forward to doing, so that when they get that, they have access to everything. You don't have to tell them,
Everything.
"Oh, follow
Exactly.
me here." No,
Exactly.
it's all here.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
yeah, it's important to have something for them to have. I want to get stickers too. I just feel like anything that's going to show my logo
For sure.
Yes.
or just here.
For
Yeah.
sure.
Almost, I want to get a treat bag.
Yeah.
No, for real.
What kind of candy y'all like? I'm gonna put it.
You know, but all of it's good though. You know, it's
Yeah.
the organic marketing is always good. But that's just a part of just, you know, this is all that plays a part in the networking, branding.
Both. Hand in
You
hand.
you know, it's that hand in hand. You know, that builds your social media. You know, that helps so many things when you know, able to have certain things, you know, to get it people. You know, having incentives is good too.
Yeah.
Because even though people grown, people like to get
They
stuff,
do.
you know.
They
So
love a
like,
gift. We love a gift.
We
you know,
love, yes.
And
you
let
want to
it
see
be
any gifts
free.
in, I'm
It's
telling
even
you.
better. I love a gift. Free.
You don't
love
even
it.
have to know what it is.
Thank you.
I'll take it. I'll take it. Thank you.
Yeah. So having those things are important. You
Mhm.
know, see, I carry business cards. I just ran out, but I have like I got QR
The QR
codes.
code.
You know,
See.
so a lot of people like I just whip out their phone, scan it,
Yeah.
and had all my information pop up.
I
You
like
know,
that.
get it and go.
It's
Here you go.
super convenient.
Super
Yeah.
convenient.
Super
Super
convenient.
convenient. You know, especially with the younger generation, we saw everything so fast. So you know,
Yeah.
we be having
I
it.
want to see it right now. I want to
Right.
see your work right now.
All
What you
right,
got?
pull it up.
Let me see a picture.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so you definitely got to have those things, you know, to be able to convey yourself to the market, you know,
Yeah.
so they can know where to find you at, and you know how can they book your services or whatever you're doing, you know. So
Definitely.
that's a super important.
One of the classes that I took was a class called Grow Your Business, and this was
Mm.
one of the guys. He had been in the cos industry for like over 20 years. He said, but
Yeah.
he never did hair, not one person's hair.
Wow.
He did magazines when
So
magazines were popping,
Nice.
and then he would like physically go to beauty salons and barbershops and say, hey, if you want to get in my book, this is what you got to do.
oh,
And he would use that to like make the next magazine. So with networking, it's also good to like physically get out there and, like we said, meet the people.
yes.
Sometimes social media is a good start, but if you're not physically like handing out cards or making a connection with people personally, then it could be kind of difficult.
Yeah, most
And
definitely.
from him coming from the industry where like the era where there was like no social
internet.
media,
Yeah, I mean
facts.
internet,
like,
but not social
Yeah.
media.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
yeah,
that
that's
really
different.
spoke volumes to me because like I'll post a video like, okay, where's my clientele?
Yeah.
But you have to get out there and like promote yourself.
Yeah.
So definitely that's key for sure. That was a great tidbit that he had left for me.
Yeah, super important.
Yeah.
And look good wherever you go. It can be hard, but when you make an effort and you're a parent, people
Yes.
are more
For sure,
eager
image.
to approach you,
For
sure.
or they're like, what they got going on.
For sure.
Definitely.
Might be kind of weird, but it helps.
It
Make
plays
sure
a
you're
part.
looking good.
in
Very
your
true.
image, because you sell, you know, people gonna buy you before they buy what you do.
Mhm.
You know, so if you're not an approachable person, people gonna be like, all right,
Yeah.
okay,
doing
I'm
what?
straight. You know,
You got crumbs on
You
your
said
mouth.
you do what now? Okay.
yeah. So, but that's just a principle of wealth too, though. You know, just making sure that you present yourself a certain way,
Yeah.
and you making sure you marketing and, you know, just connecting, networking with people. We've been actually, as a family, been studying what they call the 4 cash flow quadrants, right? And the first one is E, you know, got the employee.
Yeah.
The second one is is S, but we enhanced it. You know, my dad definitely enhanced it. So it's a specialist or the technician. So that's the
Okay.
person that specializes in what they do. They're a technician in what they do.
Right.
So like you're a technician in hair, you know, so like that's, you kind of pass the different quadrant. And the next one you have is the business owner. You know, so that's the person that like you said, he never had to do hair,
Yeah.
but he owned his time and he owned business. I mean, he was able to put people in different positions, you know, to win.
Absolutely.
You know, so he kind of like skipped 2 quadrants. He didn't even have to touch hair. You know what you want to do. And the last one is the I quadrant. Got the investor. You know, or we specialize in intellectual property. You know, but the investor is super important. You know, that's where you want to be. That's philanthropy at that point.
Yeah.
You know, where you invest in other businesses. You know, so right now we at a point, right, where we specialists and technicians in what we do, but we want to get to the point where we business owners. So Now we got employees now.
Yeah.
You know, now we able to
Yes.
put people in
Yes.
positions to make money and grow. And
Yes.
investor, now you working for me. All right, I'm gonna put you to side. Got your own business.
Definitely.
Now I'm investing in your business. You see what I'm saying? So like having those things, these principles of wealth, you know, and it's stuff that our community not really privy to.
Yeah.
So like we more reserved, you know, in a way to
Mhm.
where we not okay. I'm not gonna say that, or you know, I'm not gonna talk to them, you know,
Yeah.
because the environment, you know,
Yeah,
like when
for
you go to
sure.
different environments, like for example, in the Hispanic community, they are community based.
Oh,
You know, like you go to
yes.
Mexican town,
Yes.
they mingling. They got four or five
Riding them
taco
down together,
trucks.
yes.
They all mingling and they all making money.
Mhm.
You know, but in our community, we more like, nah, you ain't. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Ain't doing over that. You know, just because our environment. You know, and when you go to their community, they making money.
Definitely.
You know that they. I'll be amazed.
Well-oiled machine.
Exactly.
Literally.
Hamtramck the same way.
Definitely.
Mhm. No,
Hamtramck
they make their money work for them, because I feel like we
Exactly.
make money, but we spend it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I feel like they may make money, but they put it back into themselves.
Into the community.
It's a DJ I know of now. Forgive me if he's not, but I believe he's Mexican. They're all from Southwest, but he DJs. He probably does other stuff, I'm sure. But his mom makes tacos, and now he's looking for his mama taco truck. Like,
Wow.
and whatever
Dope.
event, as far as I've seen, whatever event he's doing, his mom is there making tacos.
See?
So it's like putting your people into position.
Yes.
Not thinking you can do it alone, because you cannot.
You cannot. You cannot.
And yes,
For all the people out there, you cannot do it by yourself.
No.
You know, so like you got.
Need help.
We was just talking about this. Like you cannot do this by yourself.
Yeah.
You know, you need people. People need you.
Yeah.
You know, so like we got to get out of that mindset of like, oh man, I can do this all by myself. And singing it. No, we can't. We can't have that mindset, because that's killing us. That's killing our business. That's killing our communities. When we not,
even when somebody disappoints you.
Oh my goodness.
Because it happens.
Yes, it do.
But don't get that. You know what? I don't need nobody.
Right.
Don't. No, because
That's why I'm
they
shouting
ain't
black
come
people.
through.
Yes.
Instantly, we instantly
Like
go there.
I just posted something. Yeah, like we have to give each other a little bit more grace.
Yes, we
it
do.
can be hard, but we
Yes.
have to give each other more grace
Yes.
and really support each other, because
Definitely.
we need each other.
We
Yes,
do.
we do.
We do. We need each other.
And I also feel like this generation is so stuck on like, I want to say I got it out the mud.
Oh
I
my
did it by
goodness. Yeah,
myself.
yes,
like,
we do.
It's
Oh my
okay if you
goodness.
putting in the footwork, but don't be afraid to ask someone for help,
Yes.
for advice.
Yes.
That's totally fine.
Yes.
Be open. Be willing to learn.
Yes.
And that was something we touched base on in the last session. Like, you have to be coachable.
Gotta be coachable.
You have to be open.
Yes, you do. It's super important.
Yeah.
It's always more to learn. That's why nurses and doctors have to continue training, because
Exactly.
it's always something new. Everything changes. Nothing stays the same. So you have to be open to, you got a new level to break every time.
Yep.
Definitely.
Every time.
And we can all do that together. And it don't have to take forever to do that. Like a lot of times we think that that's gonna take forever. You know, if you get yourself in the right position around the right people, y'all can flourish together. You know, like going back to those, they like the poster child of that, like for real, because the Hispanic community, they stick together. You know, like they stick together and they
think about
grow.
it. Mexican town. You go to New York, Chinatown.
You know, stick together.
I want a black town, y'all.
Man, for real.
Can we get a little
like
bit
we'll
of that?
start it, but it was like
know?
we gotta keep it.
Yeah, we
Keep
got
going.
to. I got to. Yeah, so that's super important.
It is. And stop trying to be in competition. Like,
Yes.
it's okay if
Please.
somebody doing the same thing you're doing,
Yes.
but what sets you aside is what's gonna make you stand out. You don't gotta
Exactly.
be afraid that someone else is doing the same thing you're doing. I
Exactly.
do hair, and there's so many hairstylists.
Yes, it is.
Child,
You can
if I
name
let
them.
that get to me, like,
be
I'll
like,
exactly.
My homegirl,
lost,
my
like,
cousin, my mama do
be
it.
Right,
literally,
exactly.
like, it's okay.
And we black, we all talented. You gotta think about it.
Exactly.
It's people who do the same stuff who not in the shop.
Yes.
I'm
Exactly.
sure you know a cousin, an auntie that do
Auntie
hair.
doing hair on the porch, in the basement.
So
Yes,
stop competing with each other. Do
Yeah.
your thing. Put your energy into being the greatest you can be.
Yes.
Because it's gonna always be it's how many loaves of bread on the shelf?
You know,
You don't think they don't all get bought?
that's a fact. That's a
Let's
fact.
talk about it.
So
You ain't got nothing to prove to nobody. You got something to offer. Once we realize that, we grow
next
so
level,
much.
yeah.
We trying to prove ourselves to so many people. Like, damn, my mama said I could. You know, like we gotta go hard.
Just
Like,
so mad, like,
these haters out here. You know, like, hey, once we just focus
you
on
just
ourselves.
woke up today,
right?
man.
Like,
Nobody
come
had
on,
no
man.
yet.
And it's mainly us. You know, like
It
it's mainly
is.
us. We got something to prove to the world. Like, instead of, all right, let me put my pride to the side.
Yeah.
It could be a whole block of photographers. It could be a whole block of hairstylists. It could be a whole block of DJs. And they can all make money.
Definitely.
Like the same.
As a unit.
You know, as a unit.
Yeah.
You know, it's like where do I need to fit in? You know, like I think you know, like just certain businesses, like people that do the same thing and that come together. It's like if all right, let me example like a rapper for instance, right? Say we got this person that's a rapper. All right, somebody around should want to be okay. Somebody should shoot his videos. Okay, we got somebody that's an engineer in the group. Okay, we got somebody that do the footwork. She need an agent. You see what I'm saying? Like if we all find where we fit in, you know, we all grow. You know, together. You know, so it's like the competition. It can be like friendly competition. You know, like we push each other to be better. You know, but when you trying to compete, like trying to take money out your pocket, and you know, it's like no, you just
be inspired.
Yes, please.
Be motivated. Be motivated. I don't know. I am motivated. That's cool. But don't bring yourself down trying to bring somebody else down. I think that's what it comes down to.
And also, if you have like the tools or the knowledge that someone else can benefit from, don't be afraid to share that. Like I feel like a lot of people are like, okay, I got this information, you're gonna pay me this, that, and the third, which is okay to make a little profit.
For
like
sure.
That's fine. But if it's like just helping somebody to figure out like how do they set up a business name.
Exactly.
It's okay to let them know, like, okay, since this is what you gotta do, we're gonna do this and the third, and boom, you got your business name. Like be open to share the knowledge if you can.
Yes.
There's nothing wrong with that. But still make your money. We cool
for
with
sure.
that. We want to make money. But be open, and I feel like that's something another big thing, like in all of our industries, like people are really tight on information.
Yes.
And it's crazy.
I'm very grateful for any of the DJs that helped me because it's not a common thing, and you'll hear from them say, I did not get any help. And I taught myself, but it's still a lot of stuff I needed to learn and still need to learn. So I'm very appreciative of those few DJs that were helpful, even if they just were showing me equipment. And I plan to do the same. Anytime anybody, well, I don't know, I'm always like that. You ask me a question, I'm like, this is what you do. So but I plan to really give back as much as I can whenever I can in any space.
For sure. Just educating the market, you know, it's everything. You know, that's everything. And that's really the true wealth. That's really money right there. So don't get it twisted. You know, all money really is energy. You know, that's all you doing is transferring energy. It's not the paper don't mean nothing. You want to get down to the bare knuckles of it. It's really paper. Literally, it's not
really at this point. It's just numbers,
but your faith in it. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, understanding what's the true wealth and understanding that the wealth is in the community and you know your information. You know, you just gotta be a student. You know, you gotta be a student. You gotta be willing to educate the market. So that means you gotta read, you gotta dig into what you're doing. You know, don't just think it's gonna fall out of the sky and you know you're gonna have it. You gotta research. You know, you gotta be reaching out. Even if you get turned down 1,000,000 times, it's okay. I'm gonna go to the next person. You gotta be dedicated on your own process, your own journey. You know, if not that, and all of this is playing a part in your branding and your marketing.
Absolutely.
And it's all in the same vicinity. Like you gotta dig into what you want and what you love. You gotta be relentless. Like you don't care what's okay. This person turned me on. Okay, on to the next person. You know, and you gotta reciprocate that same love to people that's looking to grow with you. You know, so that's everything. That's the true wealth.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
Yeah, you can learn from every situation. I had a really bad gig. The people didn't think it was bad, but I knew it was not up to par. And I mean, I even cried about this. Lord have mercy. But I had to sit down with myself after I cried
Yeah.
and figure out, okay, so why do you feel this way? What can you do
Exactly.
different? What do you need to do?
Yeah.
And so you always are learning, always
Definitely.
improve, always,
Always.
and don't give up. We said that last
Please
time.
don't give up.
If you really
Please.
believe in it and that's really what you want to do not give up, because you're gonna have every reason to
Yeah.
at some point.
Yeah.
Maybe not all the time, but just do not give up.
Me, I be wanting to quit so many times. I'm telling you, I'll be transparent. I ain't lying to you, but I'll be wanting to quit so many times. You know, but it's just that drive. Like you gotta be dedicated to it. You know, because you're gonna get discouraged. Like I get times like where I be like, dang, I ain't doing my best. I need to quit. You know, like, but you can't have that mentality. You know, you can't beat yourself down. You gotta build yourself up. You know, so and you build yourself up in your worth as far as what you know. You know, your people around you is so important. You know, who you have around you that's giving you counsel. You know, make sure that you're getting the right counsel. You know, wise counsel.
Honest.
Yes.
Somebody that's gonna tell you, no, I don't know about that.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Yeah.
You don't want to get that big head. That's when you fall. You know, your head you get the airhead, it's gonna blow out eventually.
Listen.
You know, so you gotta make sure you staying level. You know, you gotta stay level with the people around you, but you gotta know that's building your value up, you know, as a person. You know, so digging into that information about whatever craft you want to go into. Looking at, if you need to, look into school, and you always got YouTube University. You know, so it's like it's YouTube. I'm telling you,
I got a master's in my YouTube.
I promise you.
Just got a doctorate.
You know,
finna walk the stage.
You know, everything.
Yeah. Also, I feel like it's key to stay in faith, because this is by no means anything easy, but you have to stay in faith and really believe that the work that you're putting in, the tools that you're using, the skills that you're gaining, the knowledge that you're retaining is gonna pay off in the end. And it can get tough. Like sometimes you have those days where like, okay, I'm not seeing as much as I want to see right now, but be able to come up with strategies to, you know, work around that. Like don't get stuck in it. Because it's tough being an entrepreneur. Like we out here on the water, like my dad say.
Yes, you are.
And we gotta, you know, stay out here.
Yeah, you got to.
We out here, but it's for a reason and it's for a purpose. So staying in faith is very key. Like you have to believe that what you don't see right now is going to come.
Yes, and it will.
And I know that really helps me.
Oh my goodness!
Telling you.
Every day.
Yeah.
You know, because I'm like, man, all right, where it's at?
No,
you know what I'm saying? But
real.
that builds your momentum. Like that momentum is everything. You know, like every day. You know, every week you should have a regimen. Like, all right, I'm gonna do this on this day. Okay, I messed up that day. That's all right. I ain't gonna worry about that. I'm dusting myself off. Get up again. All right, I'm gonna do this again.
Yeah.
It's real easy to be like, man, this ain't seeing it. You know, but building yourself up, man, that's a part of faith too.
It is.
You know, you got the not just believing it, but you putting in that work too. You know, that the belief is the beginning. Yeah. You know, but once you start learning and growing and putting in that footwork, you know, that's gonna build your strength up. Yeah. You know, David ain't just pop up king. You know what I'm saying? He was in the background fighting lions and tigers and bears in the background. You know, like nobody seen him. You know, so it's like building that strength up, you know, is everything. You know, so holding that faith, you know, it's so important. You know, understand it's gonna pay off at the end. It will. You know, so got to keep that for sure.
It definitely will, and it's okay to get overwhelmed. Like I know sometimes I be getting overwhelmed, and I just be like, all right, this is too much. But even when you're overwhelmed, like it's okay. Like set weekly goals, set daily goals, whatever you need to do to like even out the score, so that you're not trying to do everything in one day, because that's just humanly impossible. So like plan it out, you know, get you a weekly goal, get you a daily goal, whatever you need to do to strategically plan out like how you're going to execute your goals. So execution. That worked for me, because really like I be getting overwhelmed. If I'm just trying to do too much at one time, like I just shut down. And now I'm like, okay, sis, you gotta work around that, because if you just stay in it, it'll captivate you, and you can't allow that.
Sometimes take a nap.
Yes, super important.
I mean, that sounds like wild, but no, sometimes you gotta take a nap, go outside and breathe some fresh air. sit down and just write and get yourself back, because you can get off balance.
Yes, you can,
Because
real easy.
being an entrepreneur doesn't mean your other parts of your life stop either.
Yeah.
So you never know what you're going to come across, whether you got children, your parents, however, whatever.
Yeah.
Some of us have other jobs. Like,
Right.
so sometimes just sit down,
Yeah.
take some deep breaths, say a prayer, and then continue on. Because it's not, I get overwhelmed and I'm dramatic sometimes. So I'd be like, oh, Lord, what am I going to do? But
for sure.
just pull yourself back sometimes.
Yeah.
And not to stay in the past, but sometimes look at your old work and realize how far you've come.
Yes.
And that'll give you a little relief, because you're like, man, I'd have came this far. Why I'm going to give up now?
Exactly.
Right.
Because a lot of us start with not much.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So sometimes take a break, go down memory lane maybe, and then you'll be all right.
Yeah.
You'll be okay.
Yeah, do other stuff like that makes you happy, you know. Because even though I'm a photographer, it's part of my life. I integrated it in my life, you know. Like, and it's once you dig into like what you do and what you love, you know. I was talking to my elders, right, and this revived me, no lie. We was talking, and I was just beating myself down because I'm a perfectionist, so I'm beating myself down. And he was just talking to me, you know. He had prayed with me. He was talking to me. He was like, "Don't you know you a time traveler?" And I'm like, "What? I ain't never heard that before." He was like, "You literally able to capture time, and you a timekeeper. You a time traveler."
Wow.
He said, "You able to snap a picture, keep that time, and you got time in your hands." You know, and that was able to like make me dig into more of my person.
Yeah.
Like, dang, like, whoa, like I ain't never heard that before, you know. So I'm like, that just go to the importance of having good people around you that can counsel you. You know, putting yourself in the environment. You know, when I first started, I threw myself out there, like with photographers. Even if I thought it was my best work, I put myself out there. Like, what y'all think? They used to slaughter it, like, but in a good way though. You know, like I'm thinking, like, dang, I thought I did good.
Yeah.
And still keep your confidence.
Definitely.
You know,
absolutely.
you did all right. Don't be like, dang, I'm about to quit. Be like, all right, dang, I need to get better. You know, so like, let that be on the opposite end of the coin, and not I'm about to just quit it. But I'm like, all right, I realize I got to do a lot more to grow.
Yeah.
You know, so just understanding your worth. You know, I'm telling you,
It's definitely
gonna hit them spots. I'm telling you, gonna hit them spots. And like Tia said, you gotta just take them breaks. You know, like even though I'm a portrait photographer, like this past weekend, I just to go shoot landscapes. Like I was taking pictures of the buildings, and it was just weird for me because I'm like, it ain't no people. So it was a little awkward, but I had to find inspiration again. Like I had to go outside my comfort zone. Like I'm not usually doing this. So how can I find inspiration somewhere else? You know, like sometimes I take pictures of food. You know, like I'm like, oh, that's not really what I do, but that's a part of my art too. You know, and another thing too, you don't want to compress your art. You know, because whatever each field art is so big.
It is.
You know, art, you got music, you got hair, is, you know, those are all arts. Like it's creative art. Like you literally creating something out of your hands, out of, you know, what's out of what's in you. You know, so don't limit yourself. And that's what I was realizing I was doing. And that's when a lot of you die, when you limit yourself. Don't put a cap on your creativity and your imagination. You know, if you dream big as possible. You know, be willing to go as far as you need to. You know, dive deep. Like try different new things in your field. Like, okay, if I just do braids, okay, oh, well, let me go a little, let me tap into this. Like, you know, so like just get creative. You're gonna find inspiration in that, and that's gonna just help you too. You know, so everything, y'all.
I'm telling you, the same guy who had talked about how he made money from outside of the chair, he also mentioned like how he just really dislikes the phrase thinking outside the box or moving outside the box, because he's like, there should never be a box.
I like that.
There should be no cap
on
what you can do.
There?
Who put the box?
We did.
Taco Bell.
Yeah.
They did that.
Yeah, they did that.
But
we
definitely basically said
put it on Taco Bell.
There should never be a box.
That's
like,
a fact.
definitely, I love what you said. Like, don't ever put a limit on yourself or what you can do, because there needs to be an everlasting flow of what
for sure.
what your creativity can do. So if you have a creative block, like how would you get unstuck? Would y'all say?
That's a good one.
That is.
For me, I would say just take a break. You know, like Tia said, just take a break. You know, that's one example for sure that I have done. You know, so even if I'm in the office, you know, sometimes if I get a creative block, I just drop everything and I just start watching TV. You know, like I take an hour, I'm just watching TV. You know, and I get inspiration from that. Like, okay, oh, I could have did that. Okay, you know, because I study what I do. I look at different camera angles and okay, they're trying to get different expressions. Okay, how can I do that? Or how can I incorporate that in what I do? And, you know, looking up different artists, you know, digging into music. You know, I'm a photographer, you know, but I dig into music, you know, so just like if I get stuck, just venture off in another area. You know, it's gonna find your way back to what you do. You know, if you don't limit yourself. So that's one for me for sure.
Definitely.
I will go and people watch. Like go sit somewhere, whether it's downtown at a mall. I don't know. I'll just watch people. You'll be surprised what you can take from just watching people.
Yes, so true.
And they're honest forms. Like they're not doing it. They might just be walking past or whatever. I will do that. I play a lot of techno, house, and electronic music. Sometimes I have to not. Just not to be technical, but the BPMs are really high a lot of times with that kind of music. So it can be overwhelming. So I will listen to jazz, classical, I don't know, anything but that. And to kind of be like, okay, refresh. I can restart. Outside of that, like you said, between people watching, kind of switching up and just relax. Or go do something. Go play chess, play cards, do something different. And you will get the inspiration you need. It will come to you. It will come. It will absolutely come to you.
Yes, you will.
I would definitely touch base on like the relaxed portion, but also like pick up on the other things that you love. Like, okay, this is your passion. My passion is hair, but I also love dancing. Like, I love music. So doing those things also like liberates me. So it'll give me like a different, because when I'm braiding, I feel like I'm making music. So it's like, okay, let me get a different rhythm. Let me get a different flow. So I feel like if you tap into something else that you also get joy from, like that'll also bring that blockage up. It'll unblock you for sure.
Yeah, because everything is frequency, you know, and we move our frequency, you know. So like Tia said, you know, this techno is real upbeat, you know. So like that does something to you naturally, you know. So like you gotta just
literally speeds up your heart rate.
Yeah, literally, it's crazy.
I had on my Apple Watch one time I was practicing, and so let's say I started off at 120 beats per minute. As it went I went up, maybe up to 130. I go up pretty high sometimes, but my watch was like, zoom, zoom, zoom. So I'm like, wait a minute, I ain't never felt this before. And it was because my heart rate had gotten too high. They said, ma'am, you're about to, hey, what is going on?
Wow.
So that's when I knew, and I knew it affects, because it affects the crowd. Like it matters with how fast it's going or what type of music you're playing affects the crowd. So I was like, okay. So after that, I kept in mind, and I noticed it anyway, because you just be hyped.
Yeah.
So it's like you have to tone it
down,
bring it back,
bring it down.
Yeah. So yes, very important.
Yeah, that's sobriety. Another thing too, like Tia said before, like just looking at your past work too. Like that's something that gave me inspiration too. Like I look at a lot of my old work. And I'll be like, God, man, how did I even get here? You know, and that inspires me again. Like, oh man. And then when I'm digging into like, okay, that's what I did. Okay, I ain't do that. All right, let me tweak that. I'm able to look at my current work and be like, oh, okay, let me see where I can do better right here. Or I ain't do that. Okay, let me get down a little bit that way, you know. And I'm able to critique myself, you know, in a sense. But realizing that it's a healthy way and an unhealthy way on both spectrums. Like you gotta realize sometimes we critique ourselves and it be unhealthy when we tearing ourselves down, you know. But you can do that in a healthy way too, to where you're critiquing yourself and you finding where you can be better at, you know, how I can enhance this, or okay, let me tone that down a little bit, but I got this, you know. Realizing that you got it, you know, like you got it. Just slow your pace and just keep doing it. Some people move faster than others. Some people move slower.
Yeah.
It's all right. Everybody got their own pace. So just pace yourself. Like if you may not be able to do as much as the next person next to you, but it's okay. Don't compare yourself in that way. Realizing that you got your own pace, then you able to break that block, just, and then it flow. I'm telling you, like once you pace yourself, you're like, all right, do it. Just like a marathon runner. So everybody don't start off just running sprint, like you gotta pace yourself, if not, you burn yourself out faster than you just never supposed to do it. Just giving too much out. Slow down
and
just
enjoy yourself.
Slow down,
because when you love it, you got to enjoy yourself.
Yes.
That makes a difference too.
Yes.
Yes. Enjoy yourself, because sometimes you come up with your best work when you just
that is a
I was
fact.
having fun this time.
That's it.
Some of my best work. It flows so easy. Like, cause me, I'm not like a real I'm a guy, so like I only do a couple poses. In my mind, when I take pictures, I do a couple poses. We good. Oh, but when I'm in that flow, it's real simple. So real simple. But when I'm shooting and I got that flow going on, my creativity go crazy. I'm like, all right, you do like this, okay, let's go over here. Oh, we do it, so like letting it just flow, being comfortable with you, but letting it flow. And just get in that zone. Once you in that zone, it's over. Like once you in that creative flow, you're able to create your best work when you're having fun. Don't look at it like a job. Once you look at it like a job, that'll stop your creative flow too. Look at it as something you really love doing. It like, this is me. Like, you gotta take hold of your work. Like, this is me. Like, this is me. So don't look at it like a job. Look at it just something. This is what I love. Make it a part of you.
And if you are looking at things that you're doing as a job, maybe that's not what you should be doing.
Exactly.
Because if you really love what you're doing, you won't even have to worry about, like, I don't look at the clock when I'm doing hair or nothing, even though I should, because sometimes I'll be like, okay, you've been here for too long. But that's just how you know, like, you're really enjoying what you do. So don't ever get to the place where you feel like, okay, this is a 9 to 5, because if you're there, then maybe that's, you need to transition your passion or figure out, like, what else can you do to bring you joy, peace while you're doing it, instead of feeling like you're working. Because I feel like that takes that. I can't do that.
Yeah.
And also, touch base on what you said, like, don't compare yourself to somebody else's journey. Like, your process and your trail, that's your trail. You can't expect what you're doing to, be the same as someone else. So if you are having those thoughts, I know it's just common nature to be like, okay, well, man, she's this far,
right?
But don't get caught in it. Like, use that as motivation. Like, okay,
motivation.
This is where I'm going. Don't ever be like, okay, well, I'm not there yet, so let me just give up. That's not the end all be all at all. So just stay in faith, stay motivated, and stay passionate. Like, love what you're doing. And if you're not loving it, then just try to figure out what else you can do. That's key, I feel like. So definitely keep that at the back of your mind. We have another question. It says, is money the driver for your passion? For one, I'm going to take off of this.
Really good.
Because if money is the only reason that you're doing what you're doing, that's not your passion.
Yeah, it's not.
Because you can tell the difference. Okay, like, say if you go to a restaurant, you can tell if the cook, the chef, made the food with love, or if the cook or chef just made the food because that's what they came here to do. It's the difference. You don't ever want no one to feel like, okay, you just another dollar bill. That's not what we're doing. So you have to make sure that is not your only reasoning for doing what you're doing, because that's not gonna, you're not gonna be sustained with that.
Yes, one of my favorite movies and one of my favorite lines is The Matrix, right?
Which one?
And the first one is always my favorite, right?
That's what
first
my
one
dad
my favorite.
Said.
but when you said that, it made me think of it. It was, I don't know if you ever seen it. I'm pretty sure you have. And Nia went to go see the Oracle, and he's at her table. And she said something that always stuck with me. My day started repeating. I'm like, why you keep saying that? But when I got older and I realized it, she said cookies need love like everything does. And it was such a small little piece. It went over a lot of people's head because a lot of people don't even remember she saying that. But that was the biggest thing that she said. to him. You know, like everything needs love. Like if you just doing it, just for oh I'm trying to get this person reaction, or oh I'm just doing it, oh I'm gonna show them, you gonna fail.
Yeah, quick.
And you gonna get hurt too. Like your feelings gonna be hurt if you just doing it for a particular thing. You know, it gotta be just out of the essence of you. Like so if money your drive, I'm telling you, you're gonna get limited money if that's just your drive. But if you love this, like money is gonna just come in like all kinds of ways. Like, dang, where did that come from? All right, I'll put it up. You know, like people would just get. I mean, it's crazy. If you love it, that's gonna make you dive deeper in it. You gonna wanna connect with other people that's doing the same thing you doing. You know, that's gonna drive everything you doing. It's gonna be like a kid. Like when I used to be in the game store and I was a real gamer when I was a kid. I'd go in the game store and I'd just be lost in there for hours. Like, mama gotta find me, you know, and I'm getting in trouble, you know, but my motive really wasn't I'm about to buy this game. It's I love the game. You know, so like I get lost in it. And that's how we all should be. Like whatever it is our passion is, like just dive deep in it. Like once you dive deep in it, money is not gonna be a problem. Like it's not gonna be a problem because you're gonna find a core of it, you're gonna just dive in it. It's super important.
I'll be honest and say some of my most enjoyable, greatest gigs I did not get paid for.
Free facts.
And I was like, this was the bomb. So if
so
that
true.
is only driving you, I'm telling you, now you might as well go ahead, wrap it up.
Yep.
Call it quit.
You're not always gonna get paid. And not obviously we all want to get paid.
Exactly.
But that's where the passion comes in. Because sometimes you just want to learn, have the space to utilize your skills. So you know, no, I didn't get paid, but I learned so much this night, and I rocked the crowd, and I know this is okay, great. Let me go to the next thing. And sometimes you won't get paid with money. You'll get paid with other things, experiences, or maybe you got to travel this time, like, and you didn't necessarily have to come out of your pocket. So don't let that be the main thing. Let it truly be something you enjoy. Because just like she said about the chef, I can't cook if I'm in a bad mood.
Nope.
It do not come out right.
Nope. At all.
And I noticed that. I had to tell my kid, look, not in the mood. It's not gonna come out right. So no, don't. Yes, no. Let what you do be the drive enough for you. And that's gonna take you everywhere you won't even be able to imagine. Like, I can't believe I'm in this situation, or I can't believe I did make this much money. That's important.
And when you already on a bold start, if you're thinking about money, but you got to understand what money really is. You know, and that's an ignorant perspective if you just doing it just for money, because that's gonna fade away and it's constantly dropping. If you're looking at the stock market, the dollar. I mean, we're gonna get to that. That's a whole different conversation. That's a whole different conversation. But I don't need to go down that rabbit hole. But all it is manifest power. That's all it is. That's all it is. Once you understand what money really is energy given. That's it. You just giving your energy.
And honestly, as an entrepreneur, you're gonna spend a lot of money. To get where you even think you want to be.
That's a
fact. You think you just getting money, you just bringing money in. No, a lot of that money is going right back in, so you can continue to go. So don't let that be the drive.
Please don't.
For your passion.
If you just want to make some money, go get a job.
That's it.
You don't have to be an entrepreneur to do that.
So because no matter, you could
go walk a dog.
You know,
go babysit. Whatever you need to do. You don't have to be an entrepreneur to do that.
And then you know for sure what you're gonna get and when it's gonna come.
Exactly.
Because if that's what you're looking for, baby, go get a job.
Wrong field for you. Entrepreneurship is not for you.
Because it's weeks where you might not make nothing. Then there's weeks where you like,
it's looking good.
Bring it to my door. No. So you have to be mindful of that. You have to be very mindful of that.
That really just goes back to if you're passionate about something, because if you are, then money will just be something at the back end of your mind. It won't be at the forefront of, you doing what you want to do. So definitely keep that in mind as well. Another question. How can they reach how can they reach us? We
So
all have different handles. If you just want to send in, for one, let's start there. If you want to just send in questions or ideas of topic that you want to hear from us, you can email us at New Destiny Center Future Fire at yahoo.com. It's NDCC Future Fire at yahoo.com. So just email us at that email, and we'll definitely tune in on your topic ideas and your question ideas. If you want to reach us personally, my Instagram is Revive Styles LLC, REVIVED Styles LLC.
Yeah, if you want to reach me on social media, I got a few of them. I got Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. You can reach me all at those things at iGauge Media LLC. So that's EYEGAUGE Media LLC, and you can follow me and reach me there.
Yes, you can reach me at KRW Music. That is on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter.
Yeah.
My Facebook is different. It's Katia Renee, but you are more than welcome to message me there as well. So hit me up.
Hit us up.
Yes,
Thank you
sir, Steve.
again. This was another great session,
It
guys.
was. It was.
We really be vibing when we be up here. And I
For
hope you
sure.
guys feel just as thoroughly impressed as we are when we have these royalty table discussions.
Yeah.
And I just ask that you guys continue to tune in with us. Check us out each month, every 4th or 5th Friday, depending on the month, at 7 p.m. Thank you again for joining us at the Royal Table. We will see you guys next time.
All right, see y'all.
See y'all.
First of all, I confess I'm a kingdom resident and not here as a guest. I don't change for the press, I just say it with my chest. Too much, say less. My mind's at rest, and because of Jesus,